Now, I know they look kind of scattered all over the place, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's because I mapped it out on a fretboard. So the number system that I came up with doesn't try to like rank the continents or anything like that. It's just how it happened to work out if you try to map this out on the fretboard. The point is, we want to be thinking about continent to continent locations. Now, also realize that this analogy works on a guitar in particular, because on a guitar we have multiple different strings. So although pitch only goes one way, we can think of it as a note number line going up or back, or we can think of it as a circle going around in a circle. The guitar also has multiple different strings on it, so we have to map like the same territory on multiple different strings. So this modal nodes are the fixed structure landmarks that maintain their shape no matter the key. So in other words, it doesn't matter what key we're playing in. There are 12 keys in Western music. Once we identify the key that we're playing in, the relationship between the nodes, between the planets, will remain the same. And this is not what you would think. This is totally obvious, but this is not what most people do. Most people learn all of the positions on the fretboard without any context. There could be use to that, but it's going to be way more difficult, and you're not really learning it within context of anything musical. You might as well learn the context of something musical, and we're always going to be using in Western music almost all the time a collection of 7 notes. You can break it down to 5 notes from there, but even that is derived from the 7 notes, and they're always going to have the same relationship to each other. It would be like having a color palette where all the colors are kind of related to each other, and then you change the entire color palette, but all the related hues are kind of the same. That's what we basically have here. So just like continents don't shift as the Earth rotates, these modes stay locked in relative position across the fretboard. So the idea is the planet's going to rotate around. So we're going to assign it 12 degrees of rotation as the planet is rotating around. But when we actually play, we're going to go onto the planet, and I no longer want to be measuring where I am when my fingers are actually on the planets of the fretboard as though there's a grid from space, right? I want to be actually on the planet and look at the latitude and longitude of the map that I'm on. In other words, if you think about our Zelda video game, if we had the grid hovering over the planet, and every time you play the video game, the locations are in a different place, that would be a problem. Now, what about the oceans? Well, the oceans are going to be the other 5 locations. Now, look how beautifully this works out. If you're an American, you probably might not even know that there's 7 continents and 5 oceans. We don't have the best, school system here, but there are. So the analogy works great.